Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse, and guys, we just got done with episode 8 of Outer Banks season 3.
We have 2 episodes left.
Yes, and this episode was called Tapping the Rudder. There was a lot that went down in this episode. I'm really loving how we're kind of getting to like the big finale, which of course is episode 10, and pretty much right now our characters are trying to, at least John B and JJ are trying to get to.
South America, because that's where John B's dad is.
Yeah, they're trying to get to South America to save, of course, Big John. So I really do love, like, that's what's going on right now. That's they're trying to get there to save Big John. But I'm gonna let Annie go first on what she liked about this episode, and of course there was a big thing that happened at the end of this episode.
There's 3 things that I'm gonna talk about, but the last thing is that's gonna be near the end of the video.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really happy how, like, Sarah was, like, in the beginning of the episode, Sarah was, like, wondering if she was a pogue or she was a kook.
She literally does not know really who she is because of the events that happened. She's questioning everything, essentially.
So, as time goes on, John B gets arrested.
Because
he beat the shit out of Topper.
He beat the shit out of Topper, and Topper wants to press charges, and his mom wants to press charges to pretty much get John B arrested.
Topper asked Sarah if she would testify against John B. She said yes, and then later on she decided not to.
And I told Annie, I was like, that literally, her question is, who am I? Am I a kook or am I a pogue? I said that right there. This decision draws the line. I'm like, or this decision chooses, like, if she is a kook or a pogue. I said, if she chooses this decision, she is a kook for life. I was like, there is no going back to be a pogue if she actually follows through, and also, does the whole, like, what does he want her to do? Like, testify against John B. I'm like, that will make her a full-on kook. Thank God she didn't do it. I was really worried about that. But she said she made a deal with Topper saying, I want to give John B a day because he has to go save his father because his father got taken. Give him a day, and he'll never be back on the island. So you see what I'm trying to say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, give him a day, and he'll never be back on the island. Good. And he even asked, Topper asked Sarah, like, will you be here? And she said yes. And she's like, I'll hit you up tonight. But then of course she never ends up hitting him up at all.
If she's okay. Now I'm talking about one thing. She's back with John B. So even if she told Topper yes, I'll be here, she probably won't come back because she's moving John B.
Exactly. But you guys go talk about the ward and the rape scene because I was like, is he gonna do it?
Before I think, I feel like I'm talking about Rafe and the Ward stuff more than you because I love
you
Rafe.
Like Rafe, yes.
And I think people Ward.
Yeah, that too. Those are 2 of my least favorite characters on the show.
I've been a fan of the actor who plays Ward for the longest time.
Uh-huh.
So, if you guys know.
And I was real worried he was going to do what he was about to go do because right now Ward's like, he is holding up in a kind of like a shack on the riverside.
He's on a good path. He's
held up.
Yeah, he's becoming a better person, and
I wouldn't say fully, but he's kind of wanting to go be. He put his good foot forward essentially.
He wants to be back on Sarah's good side.
Yeah.
So, Rafe takes a gun with him, and I have some stuff I have to. That girl is his girlfriend. I'm gonna flip shit. Okay, just saying. I will flip shit.
Yes.
I might have been something.
Because Rafe has a party in the last episode. She ends up staying at his place. Rafe's like, I got some unfinished business because he thought to himself when he walked out onto the balcony. He thought about the moment that Barry had, and he remembered Barry saying that it's either you take him off the chessboard before he takes you off the chessboard. I mean, before he starts, or you take him off the chessboard before he starts squawking. I mean, he starts telling people that you killed Peterkin, and he took the blame. He took like the fall for you, and it could ruin the whole entire, kind of, their whole entire, plan that they have going on about, selling the gold slowly without, making anything noticeable, but also, kind of embezzling the gold through the company. And I mean, also getting money, getting the money that they need. That all goes to shit if Ward starts squawking and pretty much puts Ward away. It puts Rafe in prison, but it also ruins Barry's plans of living the good life, and they don't want that. Especially Rafe doesn't want that.
No, so. Rafe wants to still be friends with Barry. Essentially,
he wants to be the man. He does not want to not be the man anymore. He does not want Ward. He doesn't want to feel like Ward has his boot on his neck anymore. he would like Rafe like doesn't want to have that feeling anymore. Like I don't want my father's boot on my neck anymore. I'm gonna take him out, and he goes to the what do you call to take him out.
Yeah. So we're saying like this like shack kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a shack on the riverside. Yeah.
And he goes to like kill him, and he can't do it, but he does shoot the gun, but it doesn't hit Ward. I said to Zach, I'm like, if he kills Ward, I'm done.
Yeah, she said if he would have killed Ward right then and there, she would have stopped. I was like, we're not stopping. Like, I want to know how this is all gonna end. And
I'm like, you can watch this in episode 9, 10, but I'm not.
Ward was scared though. You could tell Ward was scared,
yeah,
and he
scared.
actually thought his son was gonna do it. And he said, and he even told him like when he said, Ward, you won't. He's like, he said, Rafe, you won't shoot me because I'm your father and you love me. You're not gonna do it. And then of course, it scared me even when he shot the thing because I thought he was shot at him. But I don't know.
Me and Dad were both like,
yeah, I was like, there's no way that just he just shot him. Really?
That didn't happen.
But of course, guess what he ends up doing? He hires.
He hires Barry.
Yep.
And pays Barry to kill Ward.
And he's gonna do it. And even Barry was like, "This is something you can't come back from if you do this."
If Ward does die, I am done.
You're not done, bro. Chill
with
out, bro.
this show for good.
And he's lying.
For good.
Lying.
I've been saying I love Rudy Ponco and Chase Stokes and Valentine and Madison Bailey and JD and Drew Starkey.
Lies.
And Austin North. I will not watch the show. I'm just saying I love them all. I will not watch the show.
Mm-hmm, sure. But, I really did also, while kind of like that stuff's going on, back to JJ and back to John B, now we have, Shoop after John B, and while John B and JJ are trying to get away to get to
South America.
Yeah, to South America to go save his father. So it was really interesting to me is that JJ ends up going to his father's connection.
Yeah.
And his father's connection is with a shady dude that sells weed, essentially. Like, I'm talking like brings in shipments of weed and drugs. And
I could see JJ stealing that just because it's who he is.
I mean, yeah, I could see him doing it too. But, the thing is that was never the deal to take the truck full of all the supplies and take it to whatever waypoint that
St. Elizabeth.
Yeah, to St. Elizabeth. That was never the deal. The deal is that he's like, if you let us smuggle in, we'll move out the cargo for you, meaning move it out of the plane, or help you unload it, but we're not going to be the ones to like drive it there. Like, we'll help you unload it, we'll help you, but like we just need room to go to where we need to go. But they ended up turning into like, no, they needed to drive it to, was it St. Elizabeth or whatever? St. Elizabeth, drive it there and then drive back, and then they were allowed to take the plane. So it's like they ended up doing that, but of course they end up seeing a police officer on the side of the road, and JJ just wants to wave, but of course John B messes it up, makes JJ swerve off the road, and then that's when the police officer ends up pretty much, screwing up the plan that JJ had because John B wanted to be an idiot and smack JJ's hand. That it would have worked out just fine if John B didn't do that, but he did it and it made JJ swerve off the road, and then that's when the police officer thought something was weird, and then they got out of the truck, and essentially now the police have that big supply of the one dude that JJ did not want to mess with. And now I'm a little bit worried about if we don't address that this season, that's going to be a problem going into the next season, that we have someone that's dangerous in the Outer Banks that JJ's father's worked with that you don't want to screw over. Now JJ kind of screwed him over because of John B's screw up by messing with JJ.
Well, they're
so
leaving,
it's a big fuck up.
They're leaving the Outer Banks because they don't think it was John B's dad.
Exactly. So it's like, well, the problem, I don't think it'll be a problem if they leave the Outer Banks, but we know they're going to come back. Like, I know that they're going to come back. I don't think they're not going to, it's show's called Outer Banks. They're not going to not have next season in the Outer Banks. You know what I mean? I don't buy it. I don't believe it. So it's going to be a problem if we don't address it before the season ends.
Now I want to talk about the last thing I want to talk about.
Oh, definitely. Definitely do it.
Okay.
Guess what does Rafe do?
What does Rafe do?
What does Rafe do?
Rafe didn't do anything.
What did Rafe do to set what ended up happening at the end of this episode?
Okay, so
to set everything in motion.
Like we said, Sarah said she would head up Topper later.
Mm-hmm.
She never hits Topper up.
Mm-mm.
Rafe said, "Oh, she's with John B." He goes,
I don't believe it.
Topper's like, "No, she's not with John B. Whatever." And
she said that she's been playing you since the get-go.
She's been playing. She's playing like you like a fiddle. She's playing like the fiddle since day one.
Yeah.
And
she's playing him, like literally like he said, like a fiddle since day one.
Play the violin. But so then he goes to John B's house, where JJ, Kiara, Sarah, John, Cleo, and Pope are all at. He goes to the window where John B and Sarah are having sex, looks in the window, watching them have sex.
Yeah, he's so furious.
Freak, and then he finds gasoline outside the house. He like douses the house in gasoline,
and flames,
and then there's a whole pack of matches on fire and throws on the house, and everybody's stuck on the house.
And he said, "I'm done with this shit," and I was like, "Oh, bro," I was like, "Don't do this."
Yeah,
I'm like,
and then,
come on.
And then he.
If it wasn't
they're
for
all stuck in the house that was on fire, and they don't have, and I'm really hoping they get out, because Zach even said, I think JJ's gonna die.
And the reason I say this, that I thought someone's gonna die, a weird feeling, is because JJ's the one that noticed that the house was doused in flames. Like, he realized, oh my god, like, I see flames on the house. Like, we all gotta get out of here. Like Kiara go to let John B and Sarah know, and I'm gonna go get Cleo and Pope out of here. And I think right to myself, like, he was about to admit to Kiara, like, I was beating around the bush about me being with you, and I think he was gonna say it, like, I want to be with you, or either I love you, one or the other. But the flames took his attention, and I'm worried that will somebody die trying to get the house is covered, the doorknobs are hot. I don't know how they're getting out of this. We know that some of them are, because they need to finish the rest of this season. I am worried, though.
John B said to Sarah, Sarah get from the door, and she touched the knob, and
it burned her. So I am worried that there might be a chance someone's gonna die. Probably not. I'm not quite sure. But I think that I love that that's how they ended this episode. And we're excited to get into the episode.
I really did not want to even
think of the idea of somebody dying, especially the dude the character that you love the most, which is JJ. You don't want to think of him dying, but I have a terrible feeling. I love that character too. But I have a terrible feeling something bad's gonna happen.
Don't tell him. You've been saying since episode 3 he's gonna die. Just don't.
I've had a bad feeling about this.
Just don't say that. You've been saying that since episode 3.
And also, I am a little bit worried because Kiara's father is tired of Kiara doing the gold hunt stuff. I think he's actually gonna send her to that place.
I think if her and JJ together, he's gonna be super pissed.
No, I think by the end of this, Kiara's gonna be forced to go to that school. Forced. I feel like the father looks like he's losing it about how he has no control over Kiara. I think he's gonna force her there. I wouldn't be surprised if either he hires someone to take her there, or he ends up taking her there, or does something together there. Something's gonna happen where she's gonna be forced to go there. I have a feeling because he just was not having it anymore. Yeah. So I honestly think he's gonna take those measures. Whether it not be the mother taking the measures that far, I think the father will. He's losing it. So, I don't know. I'm excited to see where that's going to go. 2
episodes left. We're so close.
2 more left. So close. And, but I think that's it, guys. Honestly, we really want to jump into episode 9. Definitely let us know down in the comments below. What did you think about this episode? If you're done with the season, let us know what you guys thought about the season.
Don't spoil
spoiler free. Don't give us any spoilers, but definitely tell us what your favorite episode is. What you guys thought about episode 8. What you guys think about it? Yeah. And also, Dennis, let us know, are you guys excited for season 4 if you're done with the season? And let us know if you like this season or not. And also, when do you guys think this series should end? Do you think it should end in season 4? Do you think it should end in season 5? Definitely let us know. I'm really curious to know. But guys, again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put in notifications, like this video. I'd love to have you guys here, part of the family, part of the channel. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation. Yet again, guys, we're almost to 700 subscribers. That is the goal, to get to 700. My initial goal is to hit 1,000 by the end of this year. But guys, that was the video. I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. And we'll see you guys in episode 9 of Outer Banks Season 3. Peace.